Building out your text messaging database. To start building out your text messaging database, you should prominently include your text messaging call to actions within all your owned and paid media and marketing initiatives, including in and on store signage, in-store newspaper circulars, product packaging, table tents, window clings, point-of-sale materials, flyers and inserts, radio and TV advertisements, internet advertising banners, applications, your website, printed receipts, postcards and related direct mail, event banners and signs, yard signs, billboards, and related out-of-home media. Basically anywhere and everywhere. Be sure to be creative with your promotions and ensure that it looks good and is in line with your branding. Your customers won't appreciate it if you just throw things together. Once you have your marketing up and running, then you can start including the following in your efforts to even build your database out further. Leverage social media and word of mouth. Ask your audience to promote your programs. Recruit your employees. Encourage all your employees to ask people to opt in for your programs. For instance, throw a contest, and the store that creates the most opt-ins in a given period of time wins a pizza party. I have heard of one store that did this in Dallas, and they increased their opt-ins by over 600 people in just 10 days, which led to an annualized incremental increase in their revenues by $72,000. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that you'll see these kind of results, but if you do it right, it's certainly possible. Add an incentive to your messages. For example, add time-based incentives to your messaging. You can send people coupons and special promotions that are tied to a specific time period. For example, they're only redeemable this Saturday. The summer of 2013, Ace Hardware ran a series of text messaging programs just like this, which resulted in coupon redemption rates of over 49%. Add a reward or sweepstakes to your programs. For example, win free olive oil for a year. When you're running any kind of sweepstakes or text-to-win program, be sure to consult with your lawyers. Every state in the United States, for instance, has very stringent rules on what needs to be done to properly run a sweepstakes program. Be sure to consider the timing of your message. You don't want to wake people up at 2 in the morning, and you also want to avoid the rush hour and holidays. That is, unless your message is relevant for such circumstances. Which leads us to another best practice. You want to make sure that everyone on your team is coordinated. If they're not, you could create a lot of havoc. I remember one time a company sent a text message at 5 o'clock on a Thursday promoting a Saturday morning campaign. The problem was they forgot to realize that consumers respond almost instantly to text messages. So within an hour, people started showing up at the store and none of the stores were ready. So again, be sure to coordinate with all the members of your team so that they're in sync when you launch your programs. Don't forget to align your content with your audience. Be relevant. That's one of the most important things you can think of. Make sure you lead with your name so that people know who you are, avoid unnecessary abbreviations, and avoid being overly cute. That is, unless cute aligns with your brand. Finally, ensure all links direct to optimized mobile experiences. For example, they send people directly into an appropriate application store for downloading an application, or take them to an optimized mobile website. Here's a side-by-side comparison of someone going to an optimized versus a non-optimized mobile website. You need to make sure that you're giving people the right experience. There are a couple other best practices that I want to bring up for managing your database. Make sure you work with your application provider to keep your database clean. For instance, you can use phone number verification scripts so that you can remove phone numbers that may no longer be valid. You can also use services like real-time location lookup so that when people are near a store, you'll be notified and can be able to send them a message in real time. These are just a few of the best practices to be thinking about. But most importantly, you want to be learning over time as you interact with your customers and as they interact with you. Remember, it is important that you continue to test and learn throughout your program, repeat and refine what works, and evaluate what does not. And if you follow these practices, I'm really confident you'll have great results with your text messaging program. Good luck.